In the final moments of the latest chapter, just when Vegeta was about to blast Moro off the face of the planet and get his first ever win, Moro goes ahead and absorbs two of his henchmen, one in a pretty conventional way just by zapping him and sucking the energy out of him, but the other guy, he does it in the most unconventional way possible. He eats him. With his mouth, he completely devours one of his soldiers. This transforms Moro into now what is considered to be his final form. From getting smacked around and almost blasted to smithereens by Vegeta, Moro has one-shot him down to the ground, and for the foreseeable future, Vegeta is out. He has descended down into his base form, and the only people left to face Moro are Gohan, Piccolo, and an injured Goku. This chapter leaves no room for speculation on what's to come next. Who could possibly step up next and confront Moro? This transformation caught a lot of people off guard, and right now, as it stands, Moro is once again the new strongest character if you don't consider any of the gods. So, with Goku out of energy, Vegeta being knocked out completely, and Moro now being stronger than ever, there's only a few sets of pre-established story that have shown what could potentially happen next. With this new form, Moro is not only restored to his prime, but he's also gained the abilities of 7-3, meaning that he can just take the abilities and the techniques of whoever he wants. It's kind of like when Cell reverted back down to his second form and he self-destructed, and he came back stronger than ever but with all of Goku's techniques, including the instant transmission. It's a very similar concept here, and realistically I can only see three things happening from here on out. Number one, and the most obvious, is Goku tapping into the full version of Ultra Instinct. Goku will not be able to even contest Moro unless he taps into the full version of Ultra Instinct, but I don't think that's the direction the story is going in. Goku already tried that and it didn't even work, so the next way Moro could be defeated is by one of the gods. This has been a thing and almost a staple of the Dragon Ball Super series. The mortals for the longest time have been trying to do the god's job. Moro should not be fighting Goku, Vegeta, or anyone really aside from Beerus. Really, based on how every other god of destruction acts, they take care of any kind of threat that enters their universe. That's why a lot of the other universes' fighters aren't very strong, because they just rely on their gods like they should. Universe 7 though has been forced to fight and develop and get as strong as possible because their god of destruction just doesn't do anything, and that's why Beerus technically should be the one to beat him, but I don't think that's what's going to happen. And for a story and overall narrative, Beerus coming in and taking out Moro like it's nothing wouldn't be the most entertaining thing. Someone that was very relevant at the start of this story arc was Majin Buu. In the beginning of this story, there was actually some lore around Majin Buu being described, something to do with the original Kid Buu having a god ki, a god essence inside of him, and also the beings that Majin Buu absorbs are able to actually transform into their real selves. For example, the Grand Supreme Kai re-emerges as his true self, and he fights Moro in the beginning of the story. What could actually happen if they don't want to involve the gods is they could get Majin Buu back down on the battlefield and have Goku and Vegeta voluntarily be absorbed by him, and that way you'll technically have the powers of Goku and Vegeta, Gogeta, with all of the OP things that Majin Buu can do. A character like that, at this level, Majin Buu with Vegeta and Goku absorbed willingly, would be one of the strongest characters that you could even conceive in this story. Because of how fast Moro is adapting and how strong he's getting, we are entering drastic times, and it's got to be the climax soon, because this story has been going on for about a year, and I feel like we're pretty close to the end. Moro's hit his final form, Goku and Vegeta have both been knocked down. Whatever happens next is going to be the ultimate setup for the final battle, and once it's over, depending on how it ends, it feels like it could have greater world implications, such as Beerus not doing his job, Beerus the Angel feeling like he wants to actually help the mortals. This is the only story arc, if you don't want to include any of the movies, that the Omni King has not appeared in. Anyway, that's what I think of what could potentially be Moro's final form and how they could potentially deal with it. Currently the strongest dude in DBS right now. Let me know what you think. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next Dragon Ball video.